slap, slap, grab, choke, shut up bitch, sex.
This is Andrew Tate. To many, he's the newest viral sensation, an alpha king of toxic masculinity. To others, he is the head of a new movement, empowering alpha masculinity, wealth acquisition, and living outside of the matrix. An incredibly controversial figure.
Did I say the word listen? Did I say the word listen? Hey, stupid bitch. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No.
A 4x kickboxing world champion who's exploded on social media over the last couple years. Outside of his fighting capability, he's built his notoriety from what he says and believes.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
Perhaps intentionally abrasive, Tate outwardly champions traditional views on male and female dynamics, male success and responsibility, society and government, and fundamental religion. Tate lives comfortably in the uncomfortable and appears to show zero tolerance to anything he opposes. Perhaps one of the most unique and compelling characters born of social media in the 21st century. So stay with us as we dissect who the real Andrew Tate is, how he's built such a cult following, what that means, and what we can learn from it. Buckle up and smash that subscribe button as we hit the road. Emory Andrew Tate III was born on December 1st, 1986. He spent his early life in the US. His mother was English and father American, who met while his father was in the Air Force based in Chicksands in the UK, later moving to the US. After retiring, his father became a chess grandmaster, so played professionally for a living. This is how Andrew became introduced to the game, which seemed to be where his future would reside. At the age of 5, he was the state champion for Illinois. He was ranked the best chess player under 10. But at the age of 11, Andrew's parents split up, forcing him to move to the UK to live in Luton. It was here that Andrew withdrew from chess, having lost his coach and lack of chess scene in the UK. At 15, Andrew found a way to replace the 3 to 4 hours a day spent on chess with fighting. Fighting seemingly replaced the same gaps in his psyche, providing the battle he craved. His first title shot came against Jean-Luc Benoit on 3 days' notice after a late pull-out, meaning he had to lose 9 kilograms in 3 days. The verdict was controversial. Tate lost the fight on points against the French native and world title holder in Paris. A rematch got ordered just 3 months later, after the fight tape being sent into the commission, forcing them to action a second fight between the pair. This time in Luton, Andrew's hometown. Tate won by KO in the 8th round, becoming ISKA light heavyweight world champion for the first time. Tate went on to win multiple other world titles for ISKA and other governing bodies over a long and hard career with over 80 fights. His record stands at 76 wins, 9 losses. Officially, for the moment, Tate is retired from fighting. However, recent interviews infer that he could be stepping into the ring in the future. Most recently, Tate called out Jake Paul to a boxing match, which sent the internet wild.
Andrew, are you gonna fight Jake Paul?
Listen, I will smash him up.
Do you think that fight will ever happen? Let us know in the comments. During an interview with James English, Tate shared a story when he was 28.
And one day I woke up and I literally just woke up. I looked at my bank. I just won a world title fight, but I hadn't fought in 6 months. By the time I paid all my back rent and paid my car payments, all that, I looked at my bank. I had like $3,000, $4,000 in there. And I'm like, I'm giving up my entire life and I don't even know how I'm going to live. I need to get rich. So I said to my coach, look, I'm going to take a couple months off and I'm going to focus purely on money. I'm sitting with my brother and I'm like, how can we get rich?
Some moments later, while Andrew was scrolling the internet for ideas, he saw an ad for Talk to Life Girls, a site where women sit and talk to men and perform acts of sexual behavior for money. Being kickboxing champions, the one asset they could leverage for money was girls.
The only thing I had was, because I'd been fighting all around the world, I had these 6 girlfriends. Because you'd win the world title, you fuck a ring girl, she falls in love with you, you're the big millionaire in London, of course, she thinks you live in the balling life, you're in some tiny apartment with a door lock.
So Andrew walked into his brother's room and said, "We're starting a webcam company." Tate messaged 6 of his girlfriends at the time and said, "You're moving to London and working with me. I have a job for you." 2 said no, but 4 agreed to come. Tate sold the dream that together they were going to live this lavish life and earn a pile of money. Arriving at Tate's was the first time the women learned about each other, being Andrew's girlfriends simultaneously. 2 left, but 2 agreed to stay and do the webcam business. The 2 started as a duo, delivering the shows together, but with Andrew quickly realizing he had to control the flow of conversation between the model and customer in order to monetize the business best. Here Tate provided them a keyboard which was unplugged, so the customer would believe they were typing directly with the model, but in fact Tate was behind the screen, controlling all of the messages.
And I'm sitting there typing, and I'd type 16, 17 hours a day for about 3 months. I'm just typing until the girls learn. And once the girls learned they could do it themselves, then I thought, I don't know, I need some more chicks. And that was kind of the beginning of the cam empire.
At peak, Tate and his brother had 75 women across 4 locations doing shows. Tate's next business venture was his casino business. While commentating at a kickboxing match in Romania, he met a man who owned over 400 casinos. Tate said to him he wanted to get involved, so Andrew went back and forth with this guy for 12 months, where eventually Tate offered an irrefusable deal. He offered the casino owner to franchise his casinos. Tate would set up the locations completely at his own cost, give him a share of revenue, and open the stores directly next door to his major competitor, effectively going to war for him every day and using his money to do it. The customer acquisition strategy was smart. The stores were also near a Starbucks, so he put signs outside of Starbucks offering free coffee at his casino.
There was a Starbucks 2 doors down. So a lot of people going out to Starbucks. It was like, coffee. So I put up these massive signs saying free coffee. And I got us a barista, and I got us a big ass coffee machine. Starbucks level, the best possible coffee machine. So, and the point was, why would you go pay $5 for coffee? You can come get free coffee with me. Gamble your $5. You might get lucky.
Tate at this time was also growing on YouTube. He was building a vlog series that showed his luxurious lifestyle, traveling the world, driving supercars, being around gorgeous women and smoking cigars. This is how his cult audience started to build. Tate's personality allowed him to immediately grab eyeballs at the speed of light, because he was aggressively sharing insight into how he built wealth and how he lives his life in a way that's non-conducive with modern societal norms. Naturally, people wanted his life. What guy doesn't want to drive Bugattis and date supermodels? Tate, throughout his content, was challenging his male audience's perception of living. He questions them to think about the new truths of society by leveraging history as a form of proof for why the way he lives is correct. He regularly explains how all of the kings since the dawn of time have had multiple wives, have had an unbreakable desire to crusade and conquer, and everything in the modern world is fighting to oppose men behaving like that. Hustler University now has over 4,000 members, paying him $49 per month for access to an array of courses for, as Andrew said, wealth creation.
They are still inside the matrix. These people have never been rich. They've never been to where you want to go. So how could they possibly know the way? I've climbed to the top of the mountain, so I can tell you the mountain path.
The material teaches how to freelance, how to build an e-commerce brand, how to trade stocks and financial markets, and even cryptocurrency. His top-tier membership is the War Room, which now costs over $4,000 to be a part of. And this is considered his close network for the next level of men. Here, not only do they trade insight into how they're making millions of dollars through signals and suggestions, but also how to break free of the government matrix by having multiple passports, residences, and driver's licenses. He describes it like the Freemasons, but much cooler. So after a few years on social media and now hundreds of TikTok account fan pages later, appearing on huge podcasts and shows like James English, Standout TV, Fresh and Fit, and The Phallus, Andrew Tate has become one of the most famous men on the planet. His views get no less controversial.
I was getting on a plane and I could see through the cockpit that a female was the pilot, and I took a picture and I said, most women I know can't even park a car. Why is a woman flying my plane? And they banned me.
But his outlandish content has developed one of the most hardcore groups of followers on social today, and this gives him truly unlimited access to scale and monetization. So what can we learn from Tate's accomplishments, whether you're for or against his polarizing perspectives? Community equals power, and power is what allows you to truly make money at scale. So if you can create a community around whatever you'd like to do, This will give you the infinite capability to grow. Be polarizing. Attention spans are reducing second by second, hence the rise of TikTok as a platform. Tate has done an incredible job of capturing people's attention through content by being gripping from the first second you see him. Tate explains being in business is no different to playing Call of Duty or fighting. It's player versus player. Strongest and most adaptable will win, and it's insanely difficult to compete with the millions of competitive men or women out there. So according to Tate's philosophy, you have to be prepared to work harder than you've ever thought possible. What do you think about Andrew Tate? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And thank you for staying until the end. See you next time.